Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. NBA legend son shines at Summer League. The son of a basketball legend is proving he's an NBA caliber player during the Las Vegas Summer League. And it's not Bronny James. Pippen showed flashes of this ability in 21 games with the Grizzlies last season, starting 16 with Ja Morant sidelined. He scored in double figures in his final 6 games, including a 28-point effort against his old team, the Lakers. Los Angeles waived Pippen before last season in favor of 2 players they later released, churning multiple players through their two-way spots. However, Pippen appears to be an NBA-level backup point guard thanks to his point-of-attack defense and ability to run an offense. Like the younger James, Pippen is significantly shorter than his famous father. The Hall of Fame dads are 6'8", while the sons measured 6'1" at the draft combine. Perhaps that's encouraging for Bronny James, who profiles as a future point guard. It took Pippen a year and a half to catch on before he signed his current 2-year two-way deal with the Grizzlies. James has a 4-year NBA deal with the Lakers, so he has some time to figure out how to make an impact. It took a fourth-quarter rally, but the Lakers finally earned their first Summer League win, beating the Atlanta Hawks 87-86 on Wednesday night. With Dalton Connect out, Bronny James would be the only center of attention, and he delivered his best performance. He ended with 12 points, going 5-11 from the field. Colin Castleton scored 17 points, along with 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Armel Traore had 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist and 2 steals, and Sean East 2 pitched in with 6 points, grabbed 5 rebounds and dished 6 assists. Mohamed Diarra had a nice game off the bench with 8 points. Blake Hinson shot 4-10 from behind the arc and ended with 14 points. In a rarity for this Lakers Summer League team, they jumped to a quick 12-2 lead with Bronny scoring early. He and Castleton took charge and the team seemed incredibly focused. The Hawks were able to answer with an 8-0 run to make it a 2-point game. They kept it close with Moses Wood and Mohamed Gay carrying the Hawks offensively. Atlanta cut the deficit to 1 at the end of the first. The Lakers countered and extended their lead to 5 to begin the second quarter. Hornets assistant coach Bob Bayer expected to join Lakers coaching staff. After a quiet start to filling out J.J. Redick's coaching staff, it seems like we are now getting daily additions. Recent reports have Lindsey Harding, the G League Coach of the Year, joining J.J. Redick's staff, and Greg St. Jean is also reportedly a part of the coaching bench. Now, based on a recent report from Dan Woik and Broderick Turner of the LA Times, Bob Bayer is another assistant who is expected to join the Lakers. The Lakers staff will also include former head coaches Scott Brooks and Nate McMillan, as well as former Lakers assistant Greg St. Jean. Former Charlotte and Orlando assistant Bob Bayer is also expected to be on the staff. Bayer has a rich history as an assistant coach in the NBA. He's been working as an assistant since 2003 and has had stints at the Orlando Magic, Toronto Raptors, and Sacramento Kings, to name a few. His latest job was as an assistant with the Charlotte Hornets from 2022 to 24. Reportedly adding Bayer, Harding, and St. Jean to Redick's staff demonstrates that the Lakers have taken staff construction seriously and are investing financially into the coaching staff. Bayer doesn't have head coaching experience, which the Lakers reportedly want on the bench to assist Redick, but he has decades of experience as an assistant, which will undoubtedly help. Now, the team has plenty of coaching knowledge and still has plans to hire a director of player development to work with J.J. Redick. The Lakers have to balance themselves on both sides of the experience spectrum. They need Redick to help get the most out of LeBron James and Anthony Davis as they attempt to be title contenders, and they also need good coaching to help guide their young players like Max Christie, Dalton Connect, Maxwell Lewis, and Bronny James. It will take a perfect mix of veterans and young guys to get this team where they want to go, but at the very least, the Lakers now have a formidable coaching staff to help them get there. Lakers urged to sign former $73 million veteran sharpshooter. The Los Angeles Lakers' quiet offseason continued after a rumored target, Gary Trent Jr., signed with the Milwaukee Bucks. Los Angeles has 15 players with guaranteed contracts on the roster, so if they want to make a move in free agency, they need to make a move to open a roster spot. Despite having limited money, they're able to sign players to veteran minimum contracts if they open up a spot. Paul Kasabian of Bleacher Report looked at some options for them in the free agent and trade market, including sharpshooter Evan Fournier. Fournier, a 31-year-old shooting guard with 11 years' experience, hasn't seen extensive action since 2021-22. In that year, Fournier averaged 14.1 points on 41.7% shooting, 38.9% from three, in 80 starts for the New York Knicks. Fournier then proceeded to fall out of the Knicks' rotation before being traded to the Detroit Pistons last February. Fournier got more run for the last-place Pistons, but he didn't find much success, posting just 7.2 points on 37.3% shooting off the bench in 18.7 minutes per game. So it's not a big surprise Fournier hasn't found a team yet, but he's about to step foot on the international stage by representing France in the Summer Olympics, Kasabian wrote on July 16. A big performance there could reignite interest in him, and he has an opportunity to showcase his talents, especially with France being considered one of the top contenders outside the United States. The Los Angeles Lakers' options, as currently constructed, are limited. However, if they send out more players than they receive in a trade or salary dump a player, the Lakers could find a way to sign a player with the $5.2 million taxpayer mid-level exception, according to Jovan Buha of The Athletic. They can either send out more players than they receive in a deal or salary dump Reddish, Wood and/or Hayes, along with a second-round pick or two, onto a team with roster and financial flexibility. If the Lakers traded two minimum players, Wood, Hayes, and Reddish would qualify, they'd have enough room under the second apron to sign a player to the $5.2 million taxpayer mid-level exception. They could also add a player in a trade or sign players to minimum contracts, Buha wrote on July 16. If they were to get rid of only one of them, the Lakers would still only be able to sign a player like Fournier on a veteran minimum contract. In the event that the Los Angeles Lakers don't move two players and only move one to sign a player on a veteran minimum contract, Fournier would be an intriguing option. While the 31-year-old, who was once on a 4-year, $73.0 million contract, is past the days of being a near 40% three-point shooter, he could potentially be someone who comes off the bench and takes shots for the Lakers. The Lakers entered the offseason needing to improve from three-point range after attempting the fewest per game last year, but they haven't done so yet. Even if Fournier played a few minutes per night and got open looks, the pairing could make sense. He's a career 37.4% three-point shooter on 5.2 attempts per game. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Evan Fournier? Leave your opinion in the comments.